what Plein Air Painters has in store for this coming season. And we're going to start with the paint outs, of course, because that's the first thing that's on everybody's mind. And that would be Lori. All right, can you tell us about these and tell me when you want me to advance the slide?
Okay, so what can I say? But we've got some great paint outs. We've tried to get a good variety from urban, suburban, nocturnes. We're only doing 2 nocturnes. They weren't that popular last year, so we're going to just try 2 nocturnes. We've added some new ones. We've got some things in the works for pop-ups, so painting and then an exhibit afterwards. Hopefully to repeat Bucktown Garden Walk, and there's some others in the works. And you can find the paint outs on the website. Unfortunately, not under the paint out section, but in the events section, and that will be fixed. But right now, just check events. And next is going to be guest artists, which we will have at the paint out. So take it away, Robin.
Hey, yeah, we've got several, about 5 or 6 guest artists lined up, confirmed or to be confirmed. Stuart Fullerton, that everybody at Palette and Chisel knows, will give a Sunday paint out. Possibly, well, we're not sure where yet, but he's open to a lot of suggestions. We do have good old Errol Jacobson confirmed for us. He'll be the Saturday in June, first Saturday in June, and he will do the Wednesday critique after that. Then, of course, Nancy, who has a very busy schedule all the time, agreed to do another critique for us and demo. And Richard Laurent, well, I guess you've already done some of that for us, Richard, but we might call on you again. And Scott Tallman Powers has been very gracious as usual, and we will be having him give a critique. Of course, he won't give a demo because he's out west. And that's what we've got going. A lot of good information coming. So
how will the critiques be done?
They will be done on Wednesdays, as they were done before. So basically,
on Zoom, right?
On Zoom. Oh, on Zoom, yeah. 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. You would turn in your work by, I guess, midnight Monday before, and those will happen the weekend after we see the demo. I don't think they really all have to be scenes. They all have to be plein air, of course, but they don't really have to be the scene that was painted the week before.
Okay, great. Yeah. Good to know.
And also to mention, some of those are just critiques. Some have demos with critiques, and some are just critiques. The person won't be demoing.
Correct. Okay, great. Yeah. So Lori, you want to talk a little bit more about the website?
Sure. So the website, which there's the address, our go-to source, paintouts listing, as I mentioned, membership directory. Please, if you have not put an image, a plein air image, please add a plein air image. If it's not plein air, it will be removed, but please add a plein air image, no photographs of your face. Events and exhibits are listed on the site, and the membership portal only available for members where you can access all of Steve's great blogs. You can also renew your membership on the website, and whenever we have exhibits, information will be in the portal for you to access members' information only. I think that's it.
And those who have signed up for membership, in conjunction with the promotion of this conference, we had a lot of membership sign up. They're good till March, until
yes, the membership, which Barbara can talk about too, goes whatever day you signed up, it expires.
Right, great. Okay. And then education, this obviously the flagship of the education for Plein Air Painters of Chicago has been the iHeart Conference, which you have been participating in. And our plan and our thought and philosophy and approach to this coming up is that we don't want to schedule a lot of educational sessions that duplicate what are being done by other organizations in Chicago, but we want to start partnering with those. So we're going to be looking at making recommendations and finding opportunities to collaborate with other educational groups around the area. we also don't want to create so much educational content that it cuts into the critiques and the paint outs, which are such a mainstay of what we do. That said, we do have a couple of items coming up that we think are unique enough to our needs as an organization and as a group. One is a session that is, this is, I believe, a Zoom session with Dr. David Heidkamp, who is an expert on public health, who will speak about the health hazards and hygiene in both in the field and in your studio. So looking both at your materials and the health risks associated with some of our media that we work with, as well as safety when you're out in the public domain and public areas. And that of course relates to health issues as well as, you know, personal safety. So this could be this is a really great session. And so we'll be getting out information about that coming up soon. And then we do love to always offer this kind of setting off kicking off the season with a good, solid, basic beginning session with Don Yang, who's a member of the group and also has offered this workshop multiple times, and people absolutely swear by it. And there's a picture of Don over here on the left. Additionally, you've already heard about the Artists in Residence program, so I won't speak about that again. And then we have the on-demand education, just a reminder that members will have access to a lot of material that has been put together by this organization, other videos and other tutorials that have been developed. And that is an on-demand option for you once you sign up as a member. So if you're here and if you're at this conference and not a member, you may want to go ahead and sign up as a member to get access to this additional material. Take it away, Mark. Tell us.
All right. So in the prior year, we set up a new platform for our exhibits and competitions, which really allowed us to establish a common front end. You know, you load your photos in there. We have paired an online event or show with every physical event that we're carrying this year. And we also have a lot of support on a professional front end setting up the show. So we've sort of elevated our exhibition platform. And now we're looking at taking that up a notch again this year by continuing with our events, but also, I'll get there.
Sorry.
Taking it up a notch, but also get to our, we're going to try and incorporate some of the competitions. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So the core focus for the beginning of the year is really on getting out to the paint outs and getting your work done. Now, you know, we have the master show going, but we have been invited back to Sundays on State as the exclusive plein air painters in the program. They have specific dates, so you need to watch your calendar there. And we'll be continuing with the good foundation that we built with Bucktown to participate in their garden walk in July. All right, now we can move. And then, you know, at the end of the year, where we've got more work following the paint outs, we'll be collaborating with Open House Chicago for those of you who are interested in attending a paint out on the 15th of October or prior and submitting your work to their website. And we'll also have a juried show at Uncommon Ground. We're planning on using the lake view location this time, so that you'll have a little more downtown work. And we'll also have our year-end event at the Palette and Chisel. The one thing I want to encourage you to do this year is, if you've done an awesome painting in May, hang on to it for our PAPC annual showcase. Because we're really looking to push your best work. Remember, this is where we represent ourselves not just as individual painters, but as an organization. And so we want you to put your best work in that show and hang on to some things. We'll have a plein air focus for that event. Last thing I mentioned you, so we can move on into the last piece, which is in the time between now and July, when we really start cranking up with our the State Street work and all that, we've incorporated some of the other shows that you've heard so much about, shows and competitions. So while we recognize that we don't have a planned event, we're encouraging you to pick a couple of these local competitions and take a step up into that work if you're not doing it. And you can see the dates for those. And I think registration for a couple of them is already open, like Cedarburg, so you want to get on that. I'm also coordinating an event that's brand new in July here in Evanston. It'll be the first ever Evanston North Shore plein air event. And Mr. Don Yang will be our judge. And we're very excited about that. We'll be looking into a couple of other things too, if somebody's interested in helping us partner with the Art Institute to fill up some of these empty storefronts. And we're looking at some other things down the road as they come up. We've got William Marvin and a couple other folks have contacted us to do a stand-up event. The one thing that's additional that we've done this year is we coordinated all these events with our partners on locations and paintouts. So that's everything there.
Okay, Amanda, tell us about our communications social media.
So I wanted to let you know what you can expect from PAPC, how we will get in touch with you and how we might like you to get in touch with us too. So as Lori said, the website is first and foremost our go-to spot for the most up-to-date information. And after that, you can probably expect a lot of emails from us. We email really regularly. We'll tell you news, we'll tell you paint out reminders, also deadlines, send out prospectus for exhibitions. So we use email a lot through MailChimp. The social media, Instagram and Facebook are the two big things that we use. Facebook, well, Instagram, you know, I'm real curious how many of our members use Instagram to show their artwork. That it sounds rhetorical, but I really would like to know sometime. So I'm going to make a plug. If you're not doing it, do it. It's fun, it's easy, and as Amy Erickson mentioned at the beginning, and other people have said throughout this day, you want to put yourself out there. And Instagram is an easy, low-key way to test those waters, free too. That might be something to talk more about at a later time. But if you are on Instagram, you're posting your artwork, I want to tell you to tag us. And also, if we follow each other, we can collaborate. And that's what my second little image there is. If you have a post, then you've written your post, then you hit on tag people, and then the next screen that shows up, it says add a tag or invite a collaborator. Well, if we follow each other, you can invite PAPC to collaborate with you and your post will show up in our feed and vice versa. The image, the description. So we help each other out there with our feeds. Yes, use your hashtags. Someone brought it up earlier, and I can talk more about which hashtags to use, but here are a few, for example, you can see that are pretty obvious, right? Quickly, Facebook. We use this in a really standard way to ask each other questions, offer advice, share your work, people. We are a public group. Anyone can participate, members or not. We will make sure that you're not a spammer upon your first post, but after that you can post freely. What else? Yes, here's our email address that you can, in your inbox, make sure that this email address is not going into your junk folders. And I think that's about it. I just want to end by saying, share your work.
Thank you. Okay, Barbara.
Hi. Hi, I monitor the database of all our members, and I just keep the particulars of all your information. This season, we're welcoming over 118 returning members. And as this conference was going on, we had one more person renew. So that was kind of nice. We have 27 new members, and that is also nice to hear as well. There's no drop dead date to join the PAPC. If those of you who are listening aren't members led and are thinking about it, the easiest way to do that is to go to the website, thepleinairpainters.com, and put in all the particulars. The fee is $35. Again, I'm going to reiterate what the membership benefits are. It includes all our nice paintouts with nice artists who encourage each other and also like to go to lunch with each other. Our online Zoom critiques, as Marcus talked about, the exhibits, the demos that we're planning, and then the workshops, and then of course, something like today's conference. We're going to send out a letter to all members in about a week or so, kind of outlining, summarizing everything that we've talked about today, a simple letter listing all the places that you can go to find the information, like locations, the website, Facebook, and so forth. We're going to include a couple of business cards that are Plein Air Painters business cards, which you can nice to hand out to people who are come up to you while you're painting outdoors. And also, you see those little tags that we've kind of labeled our presentation with, I love Plein Air. You're going to get one of those, and that's something you can attach to your easel. New members are going to receive their PAPC badge holder. And on the letter, we'll have instructions for how to print out your name tag and put it in the badge. And we ask that you wear those when you come out to paint with the group, because then people can identify you. It's a nice reminder to talk about the PAPC, and as the exhibition come close, it's nice to talk about those as well. So we are looking forward to seeing you all out this year. I think we're going to have a great season, and thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Barbara. Now we're going to turn it over to Mary to talk about the group and how we're going to proceed.
Hi, everybody. So you can just see the great people that are on the steering committee. The one name that I'm realizing isn't on here is Jerry Stevens, who's doing our finance work. So with Lori doing the website and paintouts, Robin with the guest artists and demos, and working with Steve on the Artist in Residence program, with Deb doing education. Deb, what a great job you've done today. So obviously you're doing a great job in education. Thank you. And you've been seeing Mark with the exhibits and bringing the online exhibits to us, giving us that new kind of presence, especially since people haven't been able to be out. So that's like all this newness that he's brought to this, and working with different venues. Amanda bringing up the social media, Barbara, who's been steadfast in working with membership over time, and really continuing to help us watch those numbers, help us grow those numbers. And if you get an envelope or something from us, it's through Barbara. So it is such a great thing to be able to work with all these folks. We can always use more people too. To be able to do these things. You'll see on my name, it says Executive Director Emeritus. So I guess at this point, you know how Amy this morning was talking about a time when that intuitive journey happens. And this was happening to me last year, that it occurred to me that I had a big birthday. And it's like one of those times when I said, I have something else to do with my life. And it was in that point that I was really working to find, to make sure our team was very strong. And so you can see that we have an amazing team here. And it really happened for me that, and many of you have heard the story, that the way I came to Plein Air painting was coming around a bend in Taos, New Mexico, and seeing a pickup truck with two painters in it, and they were painting a great mountain scene. It was like, for me at that moment, some flash of light or something, probably the reflection off their rosemary brush or something, but all of a sudden I knew I wanted to do that. And I've had sort of a similar kind of moment now. And so I am going to step back. I guess I was stepping back last year as I was really hoping to figure out the sort of succession plan and having somebody in every single place of each one of the tenets of our mission. And we've done that to find the right people. And now my hope is to move on. And I will be here as emeritus, meaning, actually, I have no idea what emeritus means, but old, I think, is one part of it. That I'm here to help whatever is needed, but not as a lead person here. We really need a lead person. We have no one that has stepped up to take that. So for you to, I am really happy to mentor someone else that would like to be that. None of the people on our steering committee right now have the time to be able to do that. And to do the kinds of things that I've been doing. But we need volunteers and could use somebody to take on some of the lead. But more than anything, yeah, we need volunteers for many different things, but could also use somebody to come in and really take on that lead role. More than anything, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be part of this group and to help shape it and to move forward with it. It is in such good shape, I think, now for going forward. We have a great plan. Last November, we started working on a plan. We have the budget. We have all those things that have happened to come together. So I feel very good about being able to step back. You'll see me at paintouts and all those kind of things. I'm just not going to be taking the lead in creating more things. I'm not a maintainer. I am a creator, but I'm going to stop here. And so I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be working with you in this way. It's just brought me so much joy to be able to do this, to use my skills and to bring it to you. So that's where I'm going to leave it right now, to say thank you and to, just have a great season.
Thank you, Mary, for all that you have done to make this organization what it is today. And it's been an amazing trajectory under your leadership.
Good. It's been fun to work with everybody. It takes a village.
It did. It did. So are there any questions in the chat that we can answer before we all give our final thoughts and go forward? Let's see. There was a question about training programs be available on video after the fact. Sue, what do you mean by training programs? You mean the videos?
I mean the one, for instance, on health.
That decision hasn't been made, but that's a good suggestion. So we'll take that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll take a look at that. Let's see. A request that the name is bigger and bolder on the name tag.
Yeah, we've tried that. Actually, we know that that's not an ideal badge when you get it printed out. So feel free to print nicely in a more large format so that we can see you. But we have gone back and tried to adjust that in the website, and that's one of the limitations, unfortunately. So feel free to adjust your name on the badge.